This webinar will cover how to use the eClear form, which is the Capital and Large Expenditure Approval Request form. This form can be found on the hyperlink listed on your screen now. Additionally, this form can be found on SharePoint under the Clear eForm section. The Clear platform contains information such as workflow tasks. These are tasks that are specific to you that require action. Pending Clear projects. Completed Clear projects. The option to create a new Clear. Clear eForm instructions. Instructions for the approver. A hyperlink for the list of approvers, and the discussion board. Please keep in mind that notifications do not go out when the discussion board is used, so it must be actively checked between user and approvers. The eClear form is required for all CapEx, rehab, and renovation projects greater than $2,500 and any non-budgeted operating expenses over $2,500. To begin the eClear process, click on New Clear. The workflow will consist of the project, budget, bids and contracts, selected bids, approvers, and project submission. The Project tab requires information such as the project title, the property name. As you type, a list of properties will populate below. Specify if this is a new Clear, in which a Clear project ID will populate at the top once this is saved, or change order, which is a change to an existing Clear in which you will need that Clear ID number. Priority status of high, normal, or counting. You would use accounting if the project has already been completed and requires an eClear process afterwards. Is this a design project which will involve marketing approval? Will facility management be overseeing this project, which will involve the PCL team? Why this work is required? Please be detailed. And the scope of work. Please click Create Project and Continue once completed. After you've saved your project, a project ID will generate. Your project details will be available, and you will be able to move to the Budget tab. The Budget tab will require the GL number, which can be typed in, or you can click the drop-down menu to select. We will need to specify if this is budgeted or not. Please note that if it's not budgeted, less information will be required, and the GL number will need to be typed in again. If it is budgeted, we'll need to enter the budget amount, the month budgeted, as well as the funding month. Click Next Bids to move to the next tab, or Save Draft to save this project and move back to your original dashboard. To go back into the Clear, click on the three dots in between the project name and the Clear approval and click Edit Item. You will be brought back to the Project tab, and you will just need to click on Budget, review the information, and then click Bids. Regarding the Bid Contract tab, it is very important to remember that 3 bids, including selected bid/contract, are required to be attached to the Clear, and you will not be able to proceed unless 3 bids are attached. Attaching less than 3 bids will require supervisor approval and further explanation on the eForm before proceeding. To attach a bid, click on New Item. List the contractor name and the bid amount. Go ahead and list whether it is a new vendor without a Yardi code or a vendor with a Yardi code. Keep in mind, if you select vendor without a Yardi code, you will not need to enter the vendor Yardi code. Add an attachment. And then you can click select this bid to select this bid, or save as other bid to enter additional bids. Once additional bids have been entered, you can then select the current bid by clicking on Edit Item and clicking Select this bid. This is what the error will look like if you have entered less than 3 bids. Please be detailed in your explanation. Once completed, click Next, Select Bid. The Selected Bid tab will provide information on the vendor that is selected to complete the work. The vendor name, vendor Yardi code if applicable, and contract amount will all be available. The budgeted amount as well as the GL code will also be available. You will need to select the estimated start date and the estimated completion date. You will also need to be detailed and why this recommended bid was chosen. Please keep in mind that if the bid amount is 10% greater or 50% lower than the budgeted amount, another box will populate which will require you to explain the difference between the bid and the budget. Click Next Approvers to move to the next section. The Approvers tab will show you who will work with you to approve your project, as well as give you the option to change certain approvers if necessary. There is a hyperlink that says click here to see a list of approvers in each role, which will show you the list of approvers depending on the nature of your project. Click on the X to change the approver next to their name, and you can begin typing in the name of the person who will be required to work on this project with you. When completed, click Next Project Submission. An email notification will be sent out to the approver immediately and 2 days after the clear is submitted, and they will continue to receive daily email reminders until they take action. If a clear is sent back to you for information and additional comments, you will receive an email that will look like this, along with a link to the clear, which will now be editable again. Please make any changes and resubmit. If a clear is rejected, comments will be left on the clear and it will be deleted. The user will need to submit another clear and restart the process. If a clear is approved by all required approvers, a new task is assigned to the creator of the clear to finalize the process by clicking on Work Complete. To edit your clear, click on Link to Clear. Click on Edit Item. Make any changes as required on any of the tabs. And then click Submit Clear. Once all the approvers have approved your clear project, you will see it appear under the workflow task. You will also receive an email that will show you the clear has been approved and allow you to view the task there as well. Once the work has been completed, you will click on Edit Item, and there will be a Work Complete button. And that will conclude the clear workflow task. The approval levels are set up based upon the information entered into the clear by the creator of the clear. All fields will be automatically populated based on current property assignments, but only approvers with required to the right of their name will receive notification that the clear requires their approval. If an approver is unavailable, the name can only be changed by a preceding approver sending the clear back for changes before the approval process reaches the person who is out. Otherwise, those listed as backup approvers in the approvers list must step in and edit the approval task of the person who is out and send the clear back for changes, approve it, or reject it in their place. This is an example of what the team member will see when they are creating their bid in the Approvers tab of the Clear form. As you can see to the right, it will say Review Required or Not Required depending on the status of the clear. The team member can click the X button and go ahead and change the actual person approving the clear. Navigate to the Clear platform by either using the hyperlink listed on your screen now, or from SharePoint, on the left-hand side, click Clear eForm. The platform will allow you to see workflow tasks that are specific to you, any pending clear projects, completed clear projects. There's a hyperlink to create new clears. Below that are instructions for the Clear eForm as well as instructions for the approver and a list of approvers below. Finally, there is a discussion board that can be specific to the Clear project ID. Keep in mind this discussion board does not notify the person who created the clear or the approver when something is posted, so it must be actively checked if used. Once your team member has completed a clear, you will receive an email asking you to review or approve the task. Please use the email to access the clear that your team member has created. In the upper left-hand corner, you will click Edit Item, and it is very important that comments are left so your team member is aware of what they need to do next. You will have the option of approving the clear, in which the next approver will be notified, rejecting the clear, which will stop the clear process, notify the user with comments, and then they will have to create a new clear, send back, in which the approver can ask for more or specific details from the user, save draft, if you want to save the draft before completing, and canceling, which will remove you from this process without saving your progress. Finally, an email notification will be sent to the approver right after the clear is completed by the team member, and then 2 days after the clear is submitted, and the approver will continue to receive notification daily until action is taken. Once a clear is approved by all required approvers, the team member will close out the clear by clicking on Work Complete.